In a weekend chock full of boxing, the UK was lit once again in the super middleweight division as we had a chance to see Callum Simpson take on an adversary that a lot of people didn't know would be as tough as he ended up being in Troy Williamson. This was for the British Commonwealth and European super middleweight titles. And Simpson, who has developed fanfare, is a fighter that has been looking to position himself to go global and international with success as he climbed the rankings. When we talk about Troy Williamson, he's a fighter that was moving up to the super middleweight division, and he felt like he would be stronger at super middleweight. And Simpson, being the taller and pretty much bigger guy, was looking to take on this task with this young fighter and show him exactly who was the boss. You see, Simpson is above 6 feet tall. He's probably around 6'3". They haven't listed him officially in BoxRec, but when we look at Williamson, he's 5'11". Simpson is rangy as well. He has good reach and decent pop on his punches. But in his most recent fight, he had to get up off of the canvas to win. Now, according to Ring Magazine, this was something really interesting because on June 7th, he fought Ivan Zuko. And he had to get up from 2 early knockdowns before stopping Zuko to win the European title. Williamson had thought that maybe Simpson's chin is shaky. So he came in to go after that. Even as Simpson would be jabbing, he was coming over the top of that jab with counter rights. It was something of a tactic and strategy that he had looked for. See, it was just earlier this year when he lost a unanimous decision to Jahai Tucker at middleweight. And if you go back to December of 2023, his split decision loss to Kalman Agiako was a fight that the Black Irishman pulled out, and some people thought it could have gone for Williamson. But I'll tell you this, it just goes to show, just because a man has losses on his record doesn't mean he can't pull out a big fight. And such was the case, where Williamson ended up dropping Simpson 4 times in the 10th round for a stoppage. This was a situation where basically he was losing on points on the judges' scorecards, but the 4 knockdowns in the 10th round proved to be what settled the fight at the end of the day. As they say, it's not over until it's over. And this was an opportunity for Williamson because, like I said, he came in looking to prove something. Having moved up to the super middleweight division, he is looking for a way to have some advantages himself with his full strength. Being 34 years of age and trying his best to make something of his career before twilight sets. You see, Simpson is 29, and he's the guy that everyone had been looking at as the fighter who can really get something done. He entered the bout with a record of 18-0 and 13 KOs. And it turned out that Williamson, who entered the bout with a record of 21-4 with 1 draw and 16 KOs, he was the man that had something really to prove. And boy, did he do it. As I watched the fight, and I was enamored with how the referee, Lee Every, wasn't looking to count as Simpson hit the canvas. It was like something, it was absurd. I'm watching the fight, and he goes down, and the ref is looking at him like, you good? You good? Instead of issuing a count. But he got hurt several times in the round and went down, leaving the referee no choice but to count him out. And I'm so glad that Williamson had a finishing mindset, because if he let up off the gas and Simpson was able to survive, and it goes to the scorecards, it looks like they could have tried to rob the young man. But again, he took the decision out of the judge's hands and was able to stop Callum Simpson. I love fights like this because just when you thought it was going one way, it gets turned around. Now, that doesn't mean that Simpson himself can't come back, but he may have to reevaluate taking care of himself defensively, because the way he was struck clean and hard and fierce, and it made the difference in the fight. So salute to Troy Williamson, a man who can go forward and make a little bit more change, and hopefully he'll get an opportunity against someone. What do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about this fight, and how do you see things shaking out for Troy Williamson going forward? Will he get a title shot, or will he fight local until he can shake things out in that manner? Either way, it's going to be exciting. And Callum Smith, will he be able to come back from this? I hope that he can. He's a decent fighter, and he can be entertaining, and he has a huge audience and following. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.